Long ago, Terapagos lived somewhere out in the cosmos, and at that point, it did not yet have its terrestrial energy. We don't know this for sure, but there are hints at it. Terapagos' signature move, Terra's Starstorm, is one of them, and its design doesn't just feature crystals, but a suspicious amount of star imagery too. I think it originates from space, or at least is linked to it in some way. What we know for sure is that Terapagos' design changed over time, and it didn't always have terrestrial energy. Well, for sure is a little much. You can interpret it that way. Scarlet and Violet's website tells us that at some point Terapagos changed its energy into crystals. So the crystals weren't always there. Now, what counts as a crystal anyways? If it really came from space, those star elements might have always been there. Let's move on, there's way more to cover. The Area Zero underdepths existed before the Great Crater, but differed from the underdepths of today. Terapagos' species lived in Paldea more than 2 million years ago inside those prior Area Zero underdepths. Almost all Terapagos went extinct due to seismic shifts 2 million years ago, the same seismic shifts which created the current Area Zero underdepths. The underdepths underwent multiple cave-ins due to the seismic shifts or erosion through water before taking the shape we know today. Okay, so the first part of that is from the same paragraph as before. Terapagos lived in Paldea 2 million years ago, before the events of Scarlet and Violet. And this is still the. Damn! Another lightning strike, holy. Okay. And this is still the Terraless Terapagos we're talking about. The underdepths we know have existed for 2 million years too, but not the Great Crater. We'll get to the crater later. So, Terapagos lived in the depths collapsed, and only one Terapagos survived. Only one we know of. That Terapagos changed the energy in its body into crystals to survive and entered its dormant state. It emits that new crystal energy, Terastal Energy, energy with the power to transport Pokémon and people through time and space. Paradox Pokémon are Pokémon brought to our world in this manner. Alright, again, Scarlet and Violet website. And that dormant hibernation state is how we find it in the game. Terapagos changing its energy into terrestrial energy, surviving and seemingly emitting that energy is the reason why Area Zero is covered in crystals, and Paldea too. The further away from Terapagos you go, the less terrestrial energy there is. More than 1 million years ago, the Great Crater was formed. Finally, probably through seismic shifts, erosion, and cave-ins too. No exciting meteorites or the ultimate weapon, probably. It does seem paradoxical that the underdepths existed before the crater, but that's the theme of the game, and it's possible. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we know the age of the crater through Rayford's history class. Nowadays, the surviving Terapagos lies dormant in the Area Zero underdepths of today. During this time, the professor built the time machine using terrestrial energy. Alright, this one was easy. We don't have to go look in websites, books, or school for this. Although it's called the time machine, we're still talking about time and space. Terapagos is able to transport the professor to the future and all the way to Kitakami. Plus, as we all know by now, the professor is interested in different timelines. And apparently the original Japanese dialogue of the AI professor hints toward this too. On that note, using the Terra Orb, its stellar form can be reached. This form has been seen by Heath through space-time travel. It might also have been witnessed by the ancients in this way. Again, Terapagos can seemingly transport itself and others through any points A and B ever. Also, to quote the website, Terapagos seems to take on this form when it comes into contact with a Terra Orb while in its terrestrial form. It's thought that this causes Terapagos' terastal energy to become abnormally amplified. So, going stellar isn't something Terapagos does on the daily, and who knows what other ways it can transform into this form, or if it could even do it on itself at all. And that's pretty much all we know about Terapagos' history. I just wanted to cover everything real quick, because I myself have been looking for a video that summarizes all of this. But one question does still remain: what's up with the crystal pool? Why does it exist? Well, this is a bit of a cop out, but let's Storytime Alex explain this one last time. The crystal pool is a result of space time travel, or a second Terapagos surviving in Kitakami. Bye! It's thought that this causes Fucking hell.